We're off to an exciting start with C87 taking the lead. The gentleman is closely trailing, looking for any opportunity to overtake. Amundsen is hanging right in there at third, keeping the pressure on. It's a tight pack, and the race is shaping up to be quite competitive. Let's see how the tactics unfold. Is on 123, has made a significant move, climbing up to 17 after overtaking 4 cars in quick succession. Meanwhile, Nearasol and Deplorable have advanced to power, successfully passing Issy, 12-12. This trio is now engaged in a tight battle for power, with Nearasol and Deplorable in a Ferrari 40 competition and Issy 12-12 in a Toyota Saab Mikate R Rate R. The competition is heating up as they jockey for position. Rafael has encountered issues, dropping significantly to P26, losing 25 positions. Meanwhile, C87 has made a strong move up to P3, successfully overtaking both Nearasol and Deplorably Apple. Following that, Nearasol and Deplorably Apple have regained momentum, advancing to power after overtaking Shipbroman and Nukambakam. The race dynamics are shifting rapidly. Violin Bremgarten and Lord of the Jungle are currently locked in a close duel for 16th position, with both cars pushing hard to gain an advantage. Meanwhile, Wayne Trenani 4 is making significant progress as they narrow the gap to Rokogami, reducing the distance by 2.1 seconds. The pressure is building as we watch these positions evolve on the track. Duffdad and Gigex have successfully moved into 10th position, executing a clean overtake on Captain Potato. Meanwhile, Wayne Trenon 84 has gained a position as well, advancing to 24th after overtaking Rocco Gyominvi. The race is showing some competitive dynamics as drivers jockey for better placements. Amundsen in the Ferrari 40 Competizione is currently holding off Issy 12-12 in the Toyota Saab Mikate R, both fighting hard for 6. Amundsen has managed to maintain a slight lead through turn 3 with impressive cornering speed. Issy 12-12 and 12 detailing, looking for an opportunity to overtake as they head into the back straight. The gap is down to just half a second now. As they approach the chicane, Issy 12-12 makes a daring maneuver to outbrake Amundsen. They're side by side entering the corner, but it seems Amundsen has the inside line. Amundsen holds on to 6 for now, but this battle is far from over. Watch for any further attempts from ISI 1212 as they head towards the final sector. IRFL is continuing to close in on Rocco Gaming D, now down to a 6.7 second gap. It looks like IRFL is finding some speed in the corners, while Rocco Gaming D may be struggling with tire wear. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack remains spread out, with a noticeable gap emerging between the top two and the third place car. The dynamics of this race are shifting as we near the next lap. IRFL's strategy appears to be paying off. Amundsen from Team Nafgum Kings has taken a defensive line in the Ferrari I40 competition as they head into the tight corner, while ISI 1212 in the Toyota Sardmacate R is looking for an inside move. Amundsen holds the position, but ISI 1212 is not giving up, closing in on the exit of the corner. As they enter the straight, ISI 1212 uses a slipstream advantage, pulling alongside Amundsen de Tot. They are side by side as they approach the next turn. Amundsen maintains a slight edge heading into the corner, but ISI 1212 manages to brake later and takes the inside line. It's an overtake. ISI 1212 moves up to 6, with Amundsen now on 7. The battle continues as Amundsen tries to counterattack on the exit, but ISI 1212 holds strong. The race dynamics are heating up as both drivers push their limits. Duff Dad and Gigex have successfully moved into P9 after overtaking Buckshizero. Meanwhile, IRFL has made significant progress, advancing to P24 by overtaking both Baker Joron and Sirarenbo. The race is becoming increasingly competitive as these positions shift. Buckshizero from Team Quark Express has gained a slight advantage over Captain Potato, maintaining 10 with aggressive cornering in the Ferrari I40 competition. Captain Potato is closely trailing in the Toyota Sardmacate R, looking for an opportunity to overtake. In the battle for 15, is 123. In the Toyota Supra GDTC, is managing to hold off via Bremgarten in the Ferrari E40 competition. Both drivers are executing precise maneuvers, but S123 seems to be slightly quicker on the straights. Meanwhile, Okayoki 3, in the Lamborghini. Diablo Rada is fighting hard to keep Wayne Trey 94 at bay in the Chevrolet Corvette R1 for P21. The gap fluctuates as they navigate through the turns, with Okayoki 3 currently holding the position, but under increasing pressure. Nearasol and Deplorable have encountered significant issues, dropping back 14 positions to P26. Meanwhile, Amundsen is locked in a tight battle with Issy 1212 for 5, with Amundsen in the Ferrari I40 competition, and Issy 1212 to Sard Makate, in another close contest, Bookie Zero is challenging Captain Potato for P9, with Bookie Zero also in a Ferrari I40 competition, and Captain Potato driving a Toyota Sard Makate RE. The competition remains fierce as these drivers jockey for position. As we continue the race, Shiproman and Nukembuchan have made a strong move, advancing to P3 after successfully overtaking Amundsen. Meanwhile, Amundsen responded quickly, reclaiming foul by passing Issy 1212. In a tight battle for positions, Issy 1212 from Team Also No Name Racing has now surged to 5, overtaking both Duff Dad and Geekst in the process. The dynamics are shifting rapidly as these drivers jockey for position. Issy 1212 remains firmly in 5, maintaining a narrow lead over Duff Dad and Gex, who are closely tailing in their Chevrolet Corvette R1 Tari. The gap is minimal as they navigate through the turns. In Pate, Buccizzero in the Ferrari I40 Competizione is under pressure from Captain Potato, who is also driving a Toyota Sard Makate R1. The two are locked in a tight duel, with Buccizzero attempting to fend off Captain Potato's advances. Meanwhile, Erson 123 has successfully moved up to P12 after executing a clean overtake on Feds, demonstrating effective racecraft. The dynamics remain intense as these positions shift continually. Kasishok from Team S1 has successfully reduced the gap to Lord of the Jungle from Team No Name Racing by 2.6 seconds. As they approach the next turn, Kasishok is strategically positioning for a potential overtaking maneuver. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack is maintaining their positions, but Team S1 is certainly gaining momentum in this segment of the race. Okeoki 3 from Team Racing Potatoes is currently in a fierce battle for position with Arafael. They are vying for P20 on the track. Okeoki 3, driving the Lamborghini Diablo Jota, has just executed a clean overtake on Arafael, who was piloting the Chevrolet Corvette SR1. The Diablo Jota's superior acceleration allowed it to pull ahead on the straight. Now Okeoki 3 is maintaining a slight lead as they approach the next corner. Arafael is not giving up easily, staying close behind and looking for an opportunity to reclaim that position. The dynamics between these two cars are certainly keeping the tension high as they navigate through the corners. Roku Gaming V, in the Honda NSX GT2L, is currently defending against both Mirasol and Deplorable, who are both in the Ferrari I40 competition. They are closely matched as they approach the final sector. Roku Gaming V has managed to hold on to P24, but Mirasol pulls alongside on the inside line, attempting to overtake. Deplorable is not far behind, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake. Tension builds as they head into the last corner. Roku Gaming V maintains the racing line while Mirasol tries to squeeze ahead. It's a tight battle for position as they exit the corner. The race dynamics are heating up significantly in this section. ISI 1212. The Toyota Saab Makate R is currently fending off pressure from Duff Dad and Gixp, both in the Chevrolet Corvette CR1, as they jockey for position in 5. The gap remains tight as they exit the last corner. Meanwhile, Okeoki 3, from Team Racing Potatoes, in the Lamborghini Diablo Jota, is engaged in a fierce contest for P20 with Arafael, who is also driving a Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. Their battle is showcasing some impressive acceleration as they navigate the mid-section of the track. In P23, Bekujiro and Sirironbot, both driving Mitsubishi F2 DTCs, are closely matched against Mirasol and Deplorable at Ferrari I40 competition. The racing is intense as they weave through the turns, looking for any opportunity to gain an advantage. Kassishok in the Lamborghini Diablo Jota is currently locked in a tight battle with Wayne Trey 94 in the Chevrolet Corvette ER1 for 17. Both cars are showing impressive speed as they jockey for position on the track. Nearest Sol and Deplorable Apple have successfully moved up to P23. executing well-timed overtakes on Bakejoren and Sirarenbot. The dynamics of the race are heating up as these competitors push their limits. Buccizzero, in the Ferrari E40 competition, is currently engaged in a tight battle, with Captain Potato in the Toyota Saab Megate R for 8th position. As they approach the first chicane, Buccizzero makes a late braking maneuver, trying to gain the inside line. Captain Potato holds steady on the outside, but it looks like Buccizzero may have the momentum coming out of the corner. As they head into the next sector, Buccizzero has managed to pull ahead slightly, now leading Captain Potato by a few car lengths. Captain Potato is not giving up though, and is staying close behind, looking for a chance to slipstream down the straight. The race dynamics are heating up as both drivers are pushing their machines to the limit in this fierce contest for 8th place. ISI 1212 has significantly reduced the gap to Shipperman and Newcombuckham by 2.7 seconds, indicating a strong push as they approach the mid-race segment. Meanwhile, Kazishak in the Lamborghini Diablo Jota is currently locked in a tight battle with Wayne 94 in the Chevrolet Corvette SAR1 for 17th position. The competition between these two cars showcases the distinct performance characteristics of each vehicle as they maneuver through the track. Amundsen has taken the inside line into turn 3, managing to pull ahead of Duffdad. Gagsby is closely tailing both, looking for an opportunity to overtake. As they exit the turn, Duffdad attempts to retake the position on the outside, but cannot clear Amundsen. All three cars are now entering the high-speed section of the track, with Amundsen maintaining 5, while Duffdad and Gagsby are still locked in a tight battle for 6. Amundsen seems to have a slight edge in acceleration out of the last corner. Duffdad and Gigex have successfully overtaken Amundsen, moving into 5. The battle for that position is heating up as they continue to pressure Amundsen, who is currently in the Ferrari E40 competition. The Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 is showing strong performance, pushing hard to maintain its advantage. Amundsen isn't backing down, and the dynamics between these two cars are critical as they navigate the track. Both drivers are pushing their limits as they fight for that 5th place. Shipbroman is currently holding the third position, closely pursued by Nukembokim and Issy 1212. Thoughts. As they approach the hairpin turn, Shipbroman executes a defensive line to maintain his position. However, Nukembokim is attempting an inside overtake, inching closer. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 is poised to capitalize on any potential mistakes from the pair ahead. As they exit the turn, Shipbroman retains P3, but Nukembokim is still applying pressure. It's a tight race as they head into the next straight, with all three cars within a second of each other. The tension builds as they approach the next corner, where overtaking opportunities could arise. Wayne Train94 said, "Hey Amy, if you had to describe me in 3 sentences, what would they be?" Hey Wayne Train94. Alright, let's see. You seem like the kind of person who loves high-speed thrills, and probably has mad skills behind the wheel, even if it's virtual. I bet you've got a great sense of humor, always ready to crack a joke during intense racing moments. And with that name you definitely bring the vibe of a laid-back racer who's just here for good times. How'd I do? Grinning face, with smiling eyes, racing car. Duff Dad and Geek X are indeed making significant progress, reducing the gap to Issy 1212 by 2.2 seconds. This is a crucial moment as they approach the next corner. They will need to maintain this momentum if they want to challenge for position. In the meantime, Issy 1212 appears to be adjusting their racing line, possibly anticipating the challenge from behind. Duff Dad and Gigax have successfully moved into P3, after executing a clean overtaking maneuver on Issy 1212. The gap between them and the leader is now about 4 seconds, showing they are gaining momentum. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 drops to P4 but remains within striking distance for a potential counter-attack. The positions are tight, and the race dynamics are shifting as we approach the next corner. September and Maya are currently gaining on Shipbroman and Nukembokim, significantly reducing the gap. They have closed in by 592.4 seconds, indicating a strong performance as they approach the front of the pack. The dynamics are shifting as they strategize for their next move. T97 currently holds P2 in the Ferrari I40 competition, as he defends against Duff Dad and Geeks, both in Chevrolet Corvette Z1s. Duff Dad is closely tailing T87, attempting an overtaking maneuver on the inside of turn 5, but is not quite able to complete it. Geek XP is also keeping pace, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any potential mistake from the front two. The three cars are separated by mere tenths of a second, with high-speed cornering likely to determine the next position swap title. The tension in this battle for P2 is palpable as they approach the upcoming straightaway. We're off to a roaring start. Duff is leading the charge, but Dad and Geeks are right on his tail. Suzanne Greenberg is making a strong showing alongside me. Teamwork makes the dream work. The gentleman seems to be hanging back a little, probably eyeing this strategic move as we head into the first turn. Let's see how this unfolds. Wayne in Trinity 4 has made significant progress, moving up to P13, after overtaking 5 cars. Lord of the Jungle is currently in pursuit, reducing the gap to Wayne Trin 94 by 591.4 seconds. Meanwhile, Feds is also making strides, closing in on Lord of the Jungle with a gap reduction of 599.5 seconds. The competition is intensifying as they jockey for position on the track. Captain Potato is now just behind Butcher's Arrow, reducing the gap to 392.7 seconds. Rocker Gaming V has made significant progress, closing in on Electric Murray and Camelot 15 by 9.1 seconds. Meanwhile, Baker Jerome and Sir Ironbot are steadily gaining on Amansan, with a gap reduction of 597.9 seconds. The positions are shifting as the race continues to unfold. The gentleman has taken the lead, now in pole after overtaking Duff Dad and Geek Gix. Issy 1212 has made a notable move to claim P3, passing both Shipperman and Nukambokum Dut. Meanwhile, Shipperman and Nukambokum have worked their way up to power by overtaking CLT7. The dynamics are shifting quickly as the race progresses. Hey everyone! Big shout out to Nominal Canuck Knight for the raid. Party Popper, welcome to the stream. Let's put the pedal to the metal and enjoy some AI racing madness together. Racing car dashing away, grab your snacks and settle in. It's going to be a wild ride. We've got quite the lineup as the race kicks off. The gentleman is taking a strong lead, showing some classy driving. Right on his tail is Duff Dad, who seems determined to prove that being a dad can also mean being fast. And don't count out Gexp. Looks like they're gearing up for a last-minute comeback. Meanwhile, Issy 1212 is still trying to find their rhythm in this early stage. Buckle up. The gentleman has dropped from P2 to P9, losing 7 positions. Issy 1212 is now in P2 after successfully overtaking both Shipbruman and New Cambokum. CLIT7 has also made progress, moving up to Pfaur by passing 1999 to Tembro and Maya Ducti. The race dynamics are shifting as these drivers make strategic moves. The gentleman has experienced issues, dropping back to 17th position, losing 7 spots. Dyson in 23 has successfully overtaken Lord of the Jungle and is now in 10th place. Fades has also made progress, moving up to 13th position after passing Bremgarten. Electric Mary and Camillob, 15 have progressed to P23, successfully overtaking both Baker Joran and Sir Ironbot. This maneuver places Baker Jaroni and Sir Ironbot in P24 after they also executed an overtake on the gentleman, who has now dropped back. The dynamics in the mid-pack are intensifying as positions shift. Nearasol is currently in 21st position, closely followed by Deplorablepel in 22nd, and Amundsen in 23rd. Nearasol has just made a defensive maneuver to maintain their position as Deplorablepel attempts to gain an advantage on the inside line. Amundsen is not far behind, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistake from the two ahead. The tension is building as they approach a tight corner. Nearasol holds strong, but Deplorablepel is inching closer with every turn. Amundsen is keeping a steady pace, waiting for a chance to pounce. Hey, nominal Knuck Knight. Welcome back to the racing fun. Party popper, get ready to cheer on those speedy AI cars. Rev your engines and enjoy the ride. Racing car. Dashing away. Baker Jerome and Sir Ironbot have significantly reduced the gap to Electric Mary and Camelot by 230 seconds. The two AI-driven cars are gaining momentum, showing strong acceleration as they approach the pair in front. Electric Mary and Camelot will need to defend their positions as the race dynamics shift with this closing distance. The battle for position is heating up. Mirasol is currently leading the battle for P21, closely followed by Deplorably Apple. Aminzan is just behind, looking for an opportunity to overtake. Mirasol has taken a defensive line into the first corner, while Deplorably Apple tries to get alongside on the straight. There's a slight bump as Aminzan edges closer, but they hold their positions for now. As they approach the next turn, it looks like Deplorably Apple is making a move on the inside. And there it is. Overtake successful, Deplorably Apple takes P21. Mirasol drops to P22, while Aminzan remains in P23. The battle for these positions continues to heat up. Electric Murray and Camilob 15 have successfully moved up to P22, after overtaking both Baker Jeroen and Sirarimbot. Meanwhile, Baker Jeroen and Sirarimbot have responded by moving up to P23, overtaking Rocco Gomingvi. The dynamics on the track are shifting as positions change rapidly. Issy 1212 is currently in the lead, after successfully overtaking both Shipbruman and Nukambokum. Shipbruman and Nukambokum have stabilized in P2, after pushing past Seal 87 Atawi. Meanwhile, Duffdad and Gegex have encountered difficulties, dropping back to P9, a loss of 8 positions from their previous standing. The dynamics are shifting rapidly with these developments. Baker Jeroen and Sirarimbot are gaining ground on Electric Murray and Camelog, reducing the gap by 3.2 seconds. The battle for position is heating up as they approach the next turn. Electric Murray and Camelog will need to defend their positions effectively to maintain their lead. Feds from Team Also No Name Racing is currently in a tight battle with Violin Olive Garden for P12. Feds made a move on the inside at turn 7 but was unable to fully complete the pass. Violin Olive Garden defended well and maintained position. They're neck and neck approaching the hairpin, and it looks like Feds is gearing up for another attempt. The gap is shrinking as they head into the final sector. This could be a pivotal moment for both drivers. Duffdad and Gegex are gaining on Violin Olive Garden, reducing the distance by 2.2 seconds. Violin Olive Garden is currently in the lead, but will need to defend against this charge. The dynamics are shifting as Duffdad and Gegex appear to be coordinating their moves to set up for a potential overtake. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is maintaining their positions, with no significant changes further back. The race pace is picking up, and the tension is building at the front. Bakejeroen and Sirarimbot have significantly reduced the gap to Electric Murray and Camelog by 2.5 seconds. They are gaining momentum as they approach the midpoint of the race, indicating a potential for an upcoming challenge for the leading positions. The dynamics are shifting as these two cars are becoming increasingly competitive. Amundsen, Nearasol, and Deplorableppel are tightly packed in a fight for 20th position. Amundsen appears to have the edge coming out of the last corner, using a slipstream from a nearby competitor. Nearasol is close behind, attempting to make a move on the inside. Deplorableppel is not giving up, maintaining pressure and looking for an opportunity to overtake as they approach the next straightaway. The battle remains intense as they navigate through turns with minimal gaps between them. The IT7 has made a significant move, overtaking 6 cars in quick succession, to take the lead at position 1, passing Isuong 12-12-12 in the process. Violin in Olive Garden is also making strides, moving up to position 13 after successfully overtaking Duffdad and Geeks. The dynamics of the race are shifting rapidly as we continue. The race is off to an electrifying start, with AC 12-12 leading the pack for Team, also known Name Racing. Shipbremen and Nukembakem are keeping a close watch, just behind in second and third respectively. 1999 Setembro and Maya are pushing hard too, trying to catch up in fourth and fifth. It's all about strategy now as they navigate those tight turns. Can't wait to see how this unfolds. Amundsen has made significant progress, now occupying P20 after successfully overtaking both Nearasol and Deplorableppel in a swift maneuver. The AI car displayed impressive acceleration out of the last turn, capitalizing on a small gap to execute the overtake. This positions Amundsen to potentially challenge the next driver ahead. Wayne Trinity 4 is making significant progress, reducing the gap with Kazishuk by 588.6 seconds. Shipbroman and Nukembakem are also closing in on Isionatil 12, with only a 2.2 second difference now. The battle for P11 is heating up as Feds in the Ferrari i40 Competizione faces off against Duffdad and Gigix, who are both piloting Chevrolet Corvette ZR1s. The competition remains intense as these drivers push their limits. Duff Dad and Gex are indeed gaining on Lord of the Jungle, with the gap now reduced to 2.4 seconds. This signifies a strong run from both drivers as they push hard in the corners. The AI adjustments are likely aiding their performance. Meanwhile, the rest of the pack is settling into their positions, maintaining consistent lap times. Overtakes have been minimal, but the battle for third place is heating up. Duff Dad and Gigex have successfully moved up to Pen after overtaking Lord of the Jungle. This marks a notable advancement in their positioning. Meanwhile, the leaders continue to maintain their pace at the front, with no significant changes in the top 5 for it well. The battle for midfield positions is heating up as several cars are closely trailing each other. Baker Gironi and Sir Ironbot have successfully reduced the gap to Electric Murray and Camelog by 2.1 seconds. They're gaining momentum as they approach the next turn. Electric Murray and Camelog need to defend their positions as the competition tightens. Meanwhile, the rest of the field is maintaining their distance, but any slip-up could change the dynamics. Overtakes could happen soon if Baker Gironi and Sir Ironbot keep up this pace. Wayne 24 is now just 2.1 seconds behind Kazushuk from Team S1s, showing strong pace as they approach the next corner. Meanwhile, in the midfield, we have a battle developing between Car 7 and Car 12, with Car 12 attempting an overtaking maneuver on the inside, but not quite making it stick. Up front, the leader maintains a steady gap, while behind them, there's a noticeable shift as Wayne 94 continues to gain ground. Baker Gironi and Sir Ironbot are making significant progress, decreasing the gap to Electric Murray and Camelog by 2.3 seconds. They're currently in 5th and 6th position, respectively. Meanwhile, Electric Murray and Camelog are holding steady in 3rd and 4th, but will need to defend their positions as the chase intensifies. Wayne and 84 significantly reduced the gap to Kazushuk from Team S1s, now just 2.3 seconds behind. The pursuit suggests a potential challenge for position as they approach the next turn. Meanwhile, in the midst of this battle, we see a strong performance from the car in third place, maintaining a steady pace and keeping an eye on both drivers. The dynamics are continuously shifting as they navigate the track. "1999 September has taken the lead, moving into pole, after successfully overtaking Issy 1212. In a notable shift, Suzanne Greenberg and Amy have both advanced to P3, pulling ahead of Shipbroman and Nukembo Kumuk. The race dynamics are tightening as these positions shift, with significant maneuvers happening in the top ranks. The competitive edge is increasing as we approach the next lap. "1999, September and Maya are making significant progress, with Maya closing the gap to Issy 1212 by 596.2 seconds. Meanwhile, Shipbroman has successfully overtaken Captain Potato and moved into 5, now racing closely with Nukembo. The competition is tightening as positions shift on the track. Okayoki 3, in the Lamborghini. Dabalota is currently trailing Amundsen in the Ferrari I40 competition for P19. They are closely matched, with Okayoki 3 attempting to gain ground on the straight. As they approach the first corner, Okayoki 3 makes a move on the inside. It's a tight squeeze, but Amundsen holds the line. They exit the corner side by side. Now heading into the next sector, Okayoki 3 has a slight advantage as they enter the braking zone. A late brake by Okayoki 3, and they pull out of Amundsen. That was a clean overtake. Okayoki 3 moves up to P19, while Amundsen drops to P20. The battle continues as Amundsen looks to fight back. Okayoki 3 currently holds the 19th position in the Lamborghini Diablo Jota, closely pursued by Amundsen in the Ferrari I40 competition. Both drivers are engaged in a tight battle on the track. As they approach the first corner, Okayoki 3 takes a defensive line, while Amundsen attempts to dive inside for an overtake. They exit the corner side by side, with Okayoki 3 maintaining just a slight edge. As they enter the straight, Amundsen is gaining speed, utilizing the Ferrari's acceleration advantage. Okayoki 3 is trying to fend off the challenge as they approach the next turn. A late braking maneuver from Amundsen puts him ahead briefly, but Okayoki 3 manages to pull back alongside as they exit. The two drivers are neck and neck, making for a dynamic showcase of driving skills in the battle for 19th place. Issy 1212 has successfully overtaken Bokuzero, moving into P22. Meanwhile, 1999 September and Maya are gaining ground on Bokuzero, reducing the gap by 2 seconds. The competition is tightening as the race progresses. Bokuzero in the Ferrari F40 competition is currently holding off Bremgarten and Bokum, both in Toyota Sadmacate Rs, as they engage in a tight battle for 4th place. Bokuzero is maintaining a narrow lead, executing crisp cornering to fend off their advances. Bremgarten is looking to the inside on the last turn, trying to make a move, but Bokuzero defends well, keeping his position. Just behind, Bokum is waiting for an opportunity, possibly looking to capitalize on any mistake from the others. The tension is rising as they approach the next straight. Overtaking will be critical here. Bokum makes a daring attempt to squeeze past Bremgarten on the left. They're side by side now, battling for position while Bokuzero starts to pull away slightly ahead of them. Bremgarten loses a bit of momentum, and it looks like Bokum may have secured that spot. Electric Murray and Camelog 15 have successfully advanced to P19, after overtaking Amundsen Petit. Meanwhile, Rocker Gaming V has made significant progress, moving up to P22 by overtaking both Neurosol and Deplorable. The race is becoming more competitive, as positions shift among the drivers. CIT7 has successfully moved up to P13, executing a clean overtake on Lord of the Jungle. The maneuver displayed excellent precision as CIT7 navigated through the tight corner, gaining an advantage. Meanwhile, Lord of the Jungle is now in 13, looking to regain lost ground. Buccizzero in the Ferrari F40 competition is currently holding off Chip Romain and Bremgarten, who are both in the Toyota Sardmacate RE. They're locked in a tight battle for 4th place. Buccizzero is maintaining his line well, but Chip Romain is applying pressure from behind, attempting to find a way past. Bremgarten is closely trailing, looking for an opportunity to capitalize on any mistakes. As they head into the next corner, Chip Romain makes a move on the inside. It's a side-by-side battle now. Let's see if he can complete the overtake. (1999) September is currently on the tail of Suzanne Greenberg, decreasing the gap by 2 seconds. Maya is also in pursuit, intensifying the competition. Nira Sol and deplorably Apple have advanced to P22 after successfully overtaking Rokolgamain V. The dynamics are shifting as positions change rapidly. Buccizzero is currently holding fire in the Ferrari A40 competition, closely pursued by Chip Romain and Bremgarten in the Toyota Sardmacate RE. The battle for 4th place is heating up, with all 3 cars maintaining a tight formation. In the midfield, CL87 has successfully moved up to P12 after overtaking Irzon 123, showcasing skill in maneuvering through traffic. The race continues to unfold with dynamic positioning changes. Captain Potato is currently in the lead, but Duff Dad and Geekspo gaining ground, reducing the gap to 2.3 seconds. Aminsand has made a notable move up to P19, successfully overtaking Electric Murray and Camelot 15. The dynamics are shifting as the race progresses. Deds and Violin Olive Garden are locked in a tight battle for 15th position. Deds made a move on the inside going into turn 5, but Violin Olive Garden held the line and defended successfully. They are now exiting turn 6, with Feds trying to slipstream behind Violin Olive Garden as they approach the long straight. The gap is narrowing as they head into turn 7. No overtakes yet, but the pressure is mounting. Hey, Rizaldi Ada. Welcome back to the stream. Buckle up, the race is about to get wild. Racing car dashing the way, enjoy the AI chaos. Katsushuk is now closing in on Wayne Train 94, reducing the gap significantly. The battle for 6 is heating up with Captain Potato in the Toyota Sardmacate R, challenging Duff Dad and Geeksby in their Chevrolet Corvette R1. Violin Olive Garden has made a move, overtaking Wayne Train 94 and advancing to 15. Duff Dad and Gigexp have successfully moved into 6th, executing a clean overtake on Captain Potato. The two were now engaged in a tight battle for that position, showcasing their respective machines. Duff Dad and Gigexp in the Chevrolet Corvette R1, while Captain Potato is behind the wheel of a Toyota Saab Makate. The race dynamics are intensifying as they jostle for track position, with Duff Dad and Gigexp currently holding the advantage. Bremgarten and Bremgarten in the Toyota Saab Makate are currently locked in a fierce battle with Duff Dad and Gigexp in the Chevrolet Corvette R1 for 5th position. The two cars are neck and neck as they approach the final turn. Bremgarten attempts an overtake on the inside, but Duff Dad holds the line, maintaining his position. As they exit the corner, Bremgarten finds an opening and makes a move on the outside. They're side by side down the straightaway, and it looks like the Toyota has the edge. However, Duff Dad is not giving up easily, as he accelerates hard to gain ground. The Corvette is closing in again. They head into the next corner and it's still too close to call. This battle for 5 is heating up significantly. In 1999, Setembro and Maya have both successfully moved up to P3, executing a clean overtake on Buchisero. The maneuver was precise, showcasing excellent racing lines and speed. Buchisero now sits in foul, while the leaders maintain their positions ahead. The gap between the top 3 is beginning to close, indicating potential for further overtakes soon. Bremgarten and Bremgarten have successfully executed an overtake on Buchisero, advancing to Plower. Meanwhile, Buchisero, driving the Ferrari 40 competition, is engaged in a close battle for 5 with Duff Dad and Gigexp, who are both in Chevrolet Corvette R1s. Feds and Violin Oliver Garden are also fighting for position at 13, creating competitive dynamics throughout the field. Feds and Violin Oliver Garden are currently engaged in a tight battle for 13, with both cars exchanging positions frequently. Meanwhile, Baker Jerome and Sirarimbot have successfully reduced the gap to Nara Sol and deplorably pull by 2.7 seconds, indicating they are gaining momentum as the race progresses. The dynamics in the midfield are heating up. Nukenbogen has just made a daring move, pulling alongside Shipperman as they approach the tight right-hand turn. Duff Dad is applying pressure on Geek XP, looking for any opportunity to capitalize on a mistake. They are neck and neck, with the Toyota Sardma KR maintaining a slight edge over the Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. As they exit the corner, Shipperman manages to fend off Nukenbogen's attempt to overtake, while Duff Dad takes a wider line, trying to gather momentum. The Corvette is gaining speed down the straight, and it looks like Duff Dad is preparing for an inside dive into the next corner. Geetsky defends well, but Duff Dad is right on their bumper now. Meanwhile, Nukenbogen has found a gap. They squeeze past Shipperman on the inside as they enter the chicane, pushing Shipperman into 5. This has shuffled the positions, with Nukenbogen now in 4. Duff Dad and Geetsky still battling for 6. The tension is palpable as they head into the next section of the track. Buchizero has successfully moved up to 5, executing a clean overtake on Captain Potato. This maneuver has shifted the dynamics in the midfield, as Buchizero now aims to close the gap to the top 4. Meanwhile, Captain Potato will need to regroup and find a way to reclaim that position. The race continues to unfold with strategic battles throughout the field. Feds has successfully made an overtake on Violin Olive Garden, advancing to P13. Violin Olive Garden responded quickly, moving up to P13 after overtaking Waintra 94 from Team Wangan Midnight Runners. But, meanwhile, Waintra 94 has also executed an overtake on Seal 87, positioning themselves in 15. The dynamics are shifting rapidly in the midfield. Currently, Shipperman and Nukenbogen have successfully moved up to 3rd position after overtaking 1999 Tembro and Maya, Duckdeep Wall. The maneuver appears to have been executed smoothly, with both cars maintaining their speed as they made the pass. The gap between them and the second-place car is tightening, indicating a potential battle for position ahead. Meanwhile, 1999 Tembro and Maya are now in 4th and 5th respectively, likely analyzing their options for a counterattack. CIT7 has made a significant move, reducing the gap to Waintra 94 by 2 seconds. The pressure is on as they head into the next turn. Meanwhile, Speedsters is maintaining a steady pace but is falling further behind in 4th position. In 5th, Turbotina is looking for an opportunity to overtake Speedsters, but no moves have been made yet. It appears CY87 is gearing up for an overtake as they approach the straightaway. Violino Levergarten and C87 are currently locked in a tight battle for 15th place. Both drivers are showing impressive pace, with Violino Levergarten attempting an inside line at turn 3. C87 defends well, maintaining position. As they approach turn 5, Violino Levergarten makes a bold move on the outside. Overtake successful. Violino Levergarten moves up to 15, while C87 drops to 16. The battle continues as they head into the next section of the track. Assetto has successfully moved into P23 after executing a clean overtake on Mokogamingvi, who is now in P24. The maneuver looked precise, showcasing Assetto's ability to navigate through traffic effectively. The gap between them is now approximately 2 car lengths. Meanwhile, the leaders continue to maintain their positions as the race progresses. As the race continues, Shipperman and Nukembakum are neck and neck in their Toyota Sardmacate Rs, both looking to secure that foul position. Meanwhile, Buccisero in the Ferrari I40 competition is applying pressure from behind, trying to capitalize on any mistakes made by the two Toyotas. Shipperman makes a slight move to the inside, attempting an overtake on Nukembakum as they approach the tight corner. Nukembakum holds his line, maintaining power for now. Buccisero is closely trailing, ready to take advantage if either of the Toyotas falters. The three cars are tightly bunched together, showcasing a dynamic battle for the top positions as they navigate through the circuit. No decisive overtakes have occurred yet, but the tension is building as they enter the next straight. Suzanne Greenberg and Anya have successfully moved into pole, executing a clean overtake on ISI 1212. The battle for P21 is heating up between Baker Jorani and Sirairumbot in their Mitsubishi FDO GTC, and Duff Dad alongside Giggs in a Chevrolet Corvette ZR1. All four cars are vying for position, showcasing some competitive driving as they jostle for track space. Buccisero has successfully overtaken both 1999 Settembro and Maya, securing the third position. Captain Potato has also gained ground, moving up to 5th place after overtaking Shipperman and Nukembokem. In the battle for 21st position, Baker Jerome and Sir Ironbot, driving the Mitsubishi FDA GTC, are facing off against Duff Dad and Gigex in a Chevrolet Corvette R1DE1. The competition remains tight as they jockey for position. Rocco Gaming V is significantly closing the gap on Kazishok from Team S1, with a decrease of 575 seconds noted. The distance between them is shrinking as Rocco Gaming V maintains consistent speed and optimal racing lines. As they approach a tight turn, Rocco Gaming V is in a prime position to attempt an overtake if this momentum continues. Kazishok is currently gaining on Duff Dad and Gigex, reducing the gap by 9.9 seconds. Meanwhile, Baker Jorin and Sir Ironbot have successfully moved up to P21 after overtaking both Duff Dad and Gigex. Board Shudigashan Jones P21 and Gore Pintas defeat both Dad and Gigolt. The race dynamics are shifting as Kazishok continues to push forward. Rocco Gaming V has successfully moved up to P23 after making an overtaking maneuver on both Duff Dad and Geek's pitch type. This move demonstrates strong race awareness and strategic positioning. The field remains tight as cars jockey for position further up the grid. Gigex has successfully reduced the gap to Rocco Gaming V by 2.4 seconds, indicating a strong push in their performance. Meanwhile, Duff Dad is maintaining pace closely behind Gigex, potentially setting up for an overtake if they keep this momentum. The dynamics in this section of the track are intensifying as they approach the next turn. Baker Gironi and Sir Ironbot have made significant progress, reducing the gap to Nearasol, and deplorably Apple by 2.3 seconds. The two are now within striking distance and are likely planning their next moves. Nearasol is maintaining a steady pace, but the pressure from behind is increasing as Baker Gironi and Sir Ironbot continue to push forward. The race dynamics are heating up as they approach the next corner. Let's see how this plays out. Duff Dad and Gigex have successfully reduced the gap to Rocco Gaming V by 2.4 seconds, indicating they are gaining on him. The battle for position is heating up as they approach a series of sharp turns. Rocker Gaming V will need to defend his position strategically to maintain his lead.